Hi everybody, it's Hero. Welcome back to another Dragonflight video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about single target rotations for sub-rogue. And specifically today, I'd like to talk about single target in both kinds of PvE content, so like single target raid boss, and what we do when we get to bosses in a Mythic Plus setting. And most of it comes down to a discussion of Danse Macabre, which reads, Shadow Dance increases the damage of your attacks that generate or spend combo points by 6%, increased by an additional 6% for each different attack used. And this is going to modify how we think about our single target rotation. I have two videos to show you. One is about the kind of raid build for single target. Another one shows you what you would do if you had mostly Mythic Plus tools. So I'm going to show those to you now and talk to you about how that impacts our view of Danse Macabre. So here's the single target one. You can see here what we're trying to do is build up as many of these stacks as we possibly can, and that will give us a very specific order. We want to open with a Shadow Strike, pop our cooldowns and get Rupture up, and then in the middle there you have that core order, that gameplay loop that you're going to come back to every time. You're going to Shadow Dance into Gloomblade, then you will Eviscerate, then Shadow Strike, maybe once if we have our blades up and twice if we don't. And then we're going to use Secret Technique. This ensures that Secret Technique hits the boss at 5 stacks, which will do a significant amount of damage. Cold Blood usage is interesting in this regard. I think in the video I have it just macroed into Secret Technique. There is a finer way to do it. You can cast Secret Technique, cast Cold Blood immediately afterwards, and wait a half a GCD. As the Secret Technique hits go off, they will all crit, and you can use up the Cold Blood buff on another skill. But in general, that core piece is going to be very central to you doing a lot of damage. And this maps over to our Mythic Plus build. So we're going to Shadow Dance, Gloomblade or Backstab, Eviscerate. Build back up to full combo points, Secret Technique, and then go about our normal business. If you do that rotation, you'll find your damage is really strong in single target. You'll burst something at like 80 or 90k in whatever gear I have on now. Let me just check it. It's 397 gear. So just getting out of maybe normal raid gear. In your single target rotations, I think they have this simming in 420 gear at like 85,000 DPS, something like that, maybe 88,000 DPS. Pretty good build. Now let's take a quick look at the Mythic Plus implications. Again, same sort of thing, but if you took away all of the tools that help you build stacks and give you buffs, like if we took away our ability to produce Slice and Dice with our first hit of Shadow Strike from Cloak, if we took away Premeditation, how might this build look? And it's sort of similar. You Shadow Strike in on your boss after you've just done a bunch of Mythic Plus pulls, and then you're going to get up your Slice and Dice, get Rupture going, and go into the same basic order. Shadow Dance, Backstab, Eviscerate to clear stacks, build back up with a couple of Shadow Strikes, and use Secret Technique. And you can see here, in the same gear, we're hitting around 45k on single target, even though we are specced out mostly for Mythic Plus content. And that's just partly because of the value of some of these skills. So I think it's a little high because there's another Rupture rolling, so maybe it's something like 40k. But the point is making sure that you are making good use of Danse Macabre is the key to doing a lot of the single target damage for this profile. And all that means is making sure your window for Shadow Dance is very clear. I Shadow Dance, I Gloomblade, I Eviscerate. Then I Shadow Strike back up to full and Secret Technique. That'll be about as much as you can fit into any Shadow Dance window, whether you're in Mythic Plus or whether you're on a single target raid boss, and it will produce a ton of damage in that window. This cycles basically every 30 seconds, so maybe 20 seconds you have Shadow Dance come back, and it's really a fun playstyle to get used to. I wanted to flag it for you since we're getting close to DF release, and we're going to start to think about how to make use of 70 talent points and look for guides on how to perform these and get some practice as raid comes down the line. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll try to answer them. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again next time.